Welcome. Are we supposed to mate for life? Well, if you go back quite a few years, yes, young men were told that's the deal, right? And in fact, they try and tell you now, and they're still trying to keep it going. You were supposed to, take the girl to the prom. You were supposed to leave school, get a trade, regularly see this one girl, and then get engaged, and then marry her, have children, and stay with her, raise the children. Even when the children have grown up, you stay together, stay with her, and you do whatever she wants you to do. You make her a nice place, you give her what she wants, you make her happy, and then you grow old together, and you end up laying in the garden somewhere trying to do some gardening or something, and then you die. Yeah, that was basically about it, really. And you always die before she did anyway, so she was quite happy about that. So yeah. But anyway, look, here are some animals and birds that actually do mate for life, okay? And let's be honest, though, the mating for life thing is not so bad when it's only 10 years that you live. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, we got a few up here. I'll put a link down there to the site that tells you what the animals that mate for life, the birds that mate for life. But there's plenty more. These are just some of them. So here's one. We got the. I'll leave that one for now because I don't know if people know what that is. Do they? That is obviously your wolf. He's mates for life. You got your swan, mates for life. Which I knew that. The seahorse, mates for life. Who cares? And then you got your turkey vulture. Not a very attractive. A turkey vulture could only love another turkey vulture. That's the only way it could go, right? And then you got your gibbon, and you got your coyote, and then you got the morning doves. I don't know about the afternoon doves. I don't think they mate for life. Then you got your barn owls, and then your bald eagles. And this is a French angelfish. Now, I think the European, not the European, but the English angelfish sleeps around a lot, but the French angelfish doesn't. It just stays with the one. And then you've got your beaver. I think it's a European beaver. I'm not sure about the American beaver, whether he's a bit of a, run around or not. I don't know. And then this is the Kirks. I think it's the Kirks dicks. They mate for life. I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you probably know that now, aren't you? Anyway, here's this one up here is a loon. And the reason I know it's a loon is because I'm Canadian. And they don't have the loon listed anywhere that I noticed that I could find on the internet that mated for life. But I am a Canadian, so I knew that the loon did mate for life. Now, in all these cases, I believe, if, for instance, the loon, if one of the mates die, then they do tend to, after a period of time, look for another mate. So I believe that does happen, okay? So anyway, are we supposed to mate for life? Yeah, well, we are, aren't we? That's what your mother used to tell you, and that's what we're supposed to do. But is it really natural for us to do that? I mean, okay, we're supposed to be there at conception, of course. You have to be, wouldn't you? And obviously, I think the man has to see that the woman actually does get pregnant, and that he probably should stay with her while she's pregnant and has the baby. And then I think there should be some period of time when he stays with her for bringing up the child and looking after her. But then after the child is brought up to a certain point, is there any reason for the man to actually be there anymore? I mean, it goes against pretty well nature that he should be moving on now and going somewhere else to, do his thing. And so marriage is really goes against pretty well your natural instincts. I mean, you're going to be with this woman, you're going to sleep with this woman, you're going to, with this woman for how many years? I mean, really. I managed, I think, my longest time with a woman, with the same woman was, I think, about 8 years. I think it was 8 years. I might have had a break in between and that, but no, but about 8 years was about my limit I've ever done. 3 years about right. And then you've got to move on. But that's man's instinct, really. And so it goes against a complete man's instinct to stay with a woman for his whole life. And then he dies, right? And so, yeah, I don't think it is. I mean, you might think it's right. I don't know. But I don't think it's a natural thing for a man to stay with the female for the rest of his life. You know, I could be wrong. Maybe you think that it should be right. Of course, all women would think that's the right way to go, of course. But, yeah, no, I think he should be there for whatever. Obviously, when he leaves, he would obviously still support her with the child. You know, not overly support her, just support the child. She can support her goddamn self, really. But and that's what I think. Maybe you think wrong, different. But tell me what you think it should be. Should he stay there the rest of his life? I mean, I can see it in the woman's point of view. That would be, I guess, advantageous. I don't know. But you're talking what? You're talking 40, 50 years here, if you live that long. But, I mean, that's what you're talking. And that's a long time to be with the same bed partner, really, I believe. I think I could not even visualize it myself. So yeah, let me know what you think. Think it's maybe you should think it's not the case, or you should think you should just whip in, whip out, and off you go. But let me know what you think down below. Ciao.